When you talk about going to an All-Star game, you want to see the stars, right? You want to see the biggest stars in all of professional baseball. Aaron Judge is the biggest star in baseball. You could argue him and Shohei Ohtani are the faces of Major League Baseball, and you didn't really get a chance to see those guys. Kyle Schwarber, who had a sensational game, obviously winning the MVP, and he got the bat, and he got the truck.
He had a sensational moment. He didn't have a sensational game.
Well, the moment is the sensational part of the game. Moments take over games, right? All you have to do is take over one part of the game, and it's a sensational part of the game. The fact is when you talk about All-Star games, there's nothing sensational about it. And being that right now there's no football, there's no hockey, there's no basketball, there's no nothing. Tennis in Wimbledon is over. There's nothing to talk about. So what is everybody watching? If you're a sports fan, you're tuning into either watching the All-Star game or watching the WNBA. And
you got a major tournament in golf coming up starting at 12:45 tonight.
Yeah, coming up, but it wasn't going on. Every single betting man, and I'll say this, if you're a betting sports, gambler, you're going out there and you're trying to find something to bet on, and there's nothing to bet on unless you're betting on the CFL, which, as you hear Carl say it over and over and over again, nobody gives a crap about the CFL. Or you could go and watch high school volleyball like Nathan as he hosts it for the NR Hour or NR Minute or media as he goes out there and he's trying to promote women's high school volleyball. The fact is, that's why the ESPN put on MLB's
Home run derby?
No, it wasn't the home run. What was it? Over the weekend, it was the draft.
The
The
draft,
MLB, be quiet over there. The MLB draft, nobody cares about the MLB draft. Really, the big drafts to watch is the NFL and the NBA. Those are the drafts that everybody looks to. Even the NHL draft is not really popular, but over the years, it's been more interesting to watch to see what the New York teams are going to do and the metropolitan teams are going to do. But right now, this is the worst time for sports. So everybody was tuned in to watch baseball. At least most people were. I wasn't, because I could care less who won that game. There was nothing in the game that really was going to draw me to it. If it had some implications to whoever wins the game is going to have home field advantage for the American League or National League, then I would have an interesting thought to watch that game. Nothing in the game. And people were texting me, did you see the polar bear? Did you see that rocket that he hit? I could care less. To me, it's a show for the fans. That's what it was. So when everybody was crying who was going to play in the game, when we were talking about Mizorowski and why Mizorowski made it over Suarez or Sanchez, nobody gave a crap about the All-Star game. I don't think Suarez or Sanchez would have cared who was going to win the MVP or who was starting or finishing the game. All they care about is getting into the playoffs and going into the show, getting into the World Series and trying to win a championship. If they get there, they're going to get their money, and they're going to have a chance to get that one beautiful ring, or as Jabba would show you, 2 beautiful rings. The fact is, everybody's trying to find something to complain about. Media's trying to create something, a stir.
Well, you got to remember, too,
yes.
you said it, though. It's like you try to stir up stuff right now just because there's nothing else going on.
Yeah,
so it's
like
nothing. It is what it is. There's some things I would change, and I think there's a lot of things. Like, I wish they would go back and Speedy, I know you're a traditionalist when it comes to like old school stuff. I wish they'd go back to the 10 outs because I want to see the homers. And I want to see how far they go. It feels like it's just all straight when they're doing like home run derby and all the other stuff. And that's what I didn't get too. So if you're going to have a swing off in the game, why didn't we have a swing off in the home run derby when you wanted to dictate it by less than an inch and let a computer algorithm figure it out? Give them the same thing that they did in the swing off. Like, what are we doing here?
Maybe they should have just had a whole game of a swing off. That would have been more interesting.
I would watch that still.
Yes. I would rather watch a whole game of a swing off. Just see a bunch
100%.
From 1 to 9, see who hits more home runs. Or that makes more sense of something that'll draw the fans to go out there and pay for the tickets. Just think about it. You're going out there every single year and watching garbage baseball. That's what it is. It's garbage baseball. Just like the NBA, when teams are scoring 200 points, the West and the East, or the national team against the United States team. It's boring. It's not fun anymore. They're not playing defense. Nobody gives a crap. They're laughing. They're giggling. There's nothing about the All-Star Game. And Jeff Passan going out there and complaining. Jeff, stop. Stop. I know you're trying to sell what you're going to write every single hour, every single minute. Nobody cares what you think about this game because there's nothing important about the game. The fact is, I would have liked to see Mizorowski throw 106. Or if Aroldis Chapman actually has some
Did you
junk.
see the interview with Mizorowski and Ken Rosenthal?
Yeah, I saw that.
Wholly awkward.
Mm-hmm.
Wholly awkward. Like,
Mizorowski's
it wasn't his choice. It's not like he called up and then everybody's like, well, he should have really just been like, no, I'm not going to accept this, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't like he was telling everybody that he would, like, they put him on. You're going to tell a kid that you're going to make a decision to be like, hey, no, I don't deserve it. I've only made 5 starts in the big, like, and they brought up stats of all kinds of things like, oh, Craig Kimball's done, he's like 7, but never started a game. And blah, blah. I'm like, what are we, like, what are we really doing? Like, you want to see the studs, like, and not to say that Ranger Suarez and those guys aren't sexy, but they don't throw 103.
No,
like that's what you want to see.
You're right, Jabba. You're right. Mizorowski had nothing to say because there's no reason for the kid to speak.
He handled it great, though. He really did.
First of all, Mizorowski is going to be one of the phenoms we're going to watch for the next 5 to 10 years. As long as he stays healthy, this guy throws heat. And I don't care what anybody says. That's what you want to see. When Chapman came into the league, when Aroldis Chapman came in the league and everybody was talking about this kid, they didn't care that he threw a changeup. Nobody cared that he threw like a cut fastball. All they wanted to see was the heat. That's all they wanted to see, that he can hit 100 practically every single time he threw the ball. And at some points, he was hitting 101 and 102. This guy's throwing 103, and some people said during practices, he's throwing 105. That's what I want to see. I want to see the young phenoms just chuck, try to hit points, and that's what you want to see. It's like this. Why do people go to All-Star games? Really, you want to see the stars, right? And what do you want to see the stars? What do you want to see the stars do? You want to see the stars be stars. That's what you want. So why are you watching Aaron Judge play? You want to see him jack a home run 500 feet. Why do you want to see Cal Raleigh hit at the plate? Because you want to see him hit 500 home runs if he could. That's what you want to see. You don't want to see, did you see Juan Soto? You see him bitch, and then he plays in the game, and he gets a single or a double? Nobody cares if he's hitting a single or double or draws a walk. Nobody cares. Throw the ball over the plate and let him hit it. That's what I want to see. That's the whole point of the All-Star game, to entertain the fan. Does anybody care that the game was 6-0? Now, I'll tell you this: if the game was like 30-20, and you're watching a baseball game like a hockey, not even a hockey game, like a football game, that would be more interesting than watching a game end up 4-3. Nobody cares. Nobody cares that the game ended that way. That's what I'm saying.
I've seen back and forth on this other issue too, and I want to get both of your guys' opinions. I like it because it's obviously a different environment to be able to do these. I love the on-field as they're doing interviews. Yeah. I love that.
For that event, it definitely applies to that. And I think
I don't like it during the regular season.
No, I understand that.
But for this event, I thought it was great. Like to see actually Clayton's literal personality if you didn't know him, and it comes out and he's like, "What do you want here?" And then he was like, "Suck it, big dumper." Like, you don't get to hear those things, and it's like for events like this, I really like it. Some people didn't like it as I was talking to them. I thought it was really cool, and how easy was the ABS system when they did it? It was 5 seconds and it was done. It was great.
Yeah,
I'm like, what?
I think the NBA was trying to implement that too into the All-Star game. You've seen NBA throughout the year do the players-only broadcasts too to try to implement that. So I think their baseball was trying a combination of that, and they really only did it with the national games. But now you're guys seeing it more. I like it too, Job. I'm with you on that. But you're right. I wouldn't do that in every regular season game.
I think baseball is a generational sport that you've been watching. Most people were watching from the 1900s, and now these All-Star games for all professional. Look look what the NFL has become. It's become flag football. Because none of the players were actually hitting the other players, so they transition into flag football. It's more interesting to watch because the players are actually playing, but they don't want to tear their Achilles. They don't want to tear their rotator cuffs. So what are they doing? They're playing like a normal flag football game. It's funny. It's fun when you're watching like Tyreek Hill run and do routes on the field because nobody can catch him. But when you're watching some of the guys like Russell Wilson play or May play, guys that shouldn't have even been in the All-Star Game or the Pro Bowl, and then you look at the major leagues, that's why the World Baseball Championships is more interesting than some people say the regular season of baseball. Why? Because everybody is playing for their colors. Why did the NHL decide for the All-Star Game to transition into that? What do they call that?
Nations, yeah.
The Four Nations.
Yeah, the Four Nations.
Why did they do that? Because these players are going to play for their colors. They're going to play for their countries. So you're going to see a better game. Now, this is what baseball should do, make the All-Star Game like that. Play 4 games, not 4 innings or 3, 6 innings or whatever the hell you're going to do. Speed up the innings. And what I would do is play 4 games or 5 games or whatever. However,
or if you just switch it to the
span.
one game where it's USA versus World.
Right.
I get they don't want to take it away. Oh, kid from Omaha's starting for the 76ers in summer league right now.
There you go.
Omaha. Yeah,
Java
for sure.
takes it up the ass.
Maybe just do it the one time. I get why they don't, because it gives us something as baseball fans to look forward to, and not during the regular season or All-Star break.
Yeah.
So I can see why they wouldn't. But when you do futures games or you do the Olympics, it's your country. It's not American League, National League. So maybe they're switching stuff all the time.
But
so
that's what
you
they
just
should
never
do.
know what the heck's going to happen.
But that's what
Java, you could probably even do
I don't disagree.
You could probably even do a regional too. Do North America, Caribbean, and Asia.
Make it more interesting. And I think these players will actually play if they're playing for their colors. That's what I would think. Now, obviously, the World Baseball Classics are coming up at the end of this year, and people are going to be more in tune to that. Look at the United States team. I don't think we've seen a United States team this good ever. Look at the talent from top to bottom. Their catchers, Cal Raleigh. You have Aaron Judge, Bryce Harper, Mike Trout. All these guys are playing. Turner's playing.
They're all actually doing it too.
Yes.
We've seen guys commit to actually doing it.
Yes.
Which that's what but it's also different. When you get the opportunity to represent your country, it's different. It really is. It's not to say that it's not, but the first time I really got a dose of how important it is why I would play with some guys. In about August, I would see them running stairs, lifting harder. And I was like, hey, what, because they go back and play in Dominican winter ball.
Yep.
Right.
And that means the world to them. They were all great players that I played with, but you just noticed it's just different when you get to represent and have, I guess, that badge of honor of not only wearing your country, but winning and being able to talk crap, because that's half the fun when you get to beat somebody.
But that's the whole point of the All-Star Game. You want to get these guys to play, not sit back and hang out with each other in a dugout and look like, hey, did you see that woman over there?